Good afternoon, everyone, or actually, I guess it's almost evening here in the Northeast, and you're probably all getting ready, or maybe you already have left for your weekend. But as promised, I am here to talk to you again about more fashion-related things. And today, I thought we'd talk about those wardrobe box subscription services and how they won't solve your wardrobe woes. So I don't know how many of you may have used them. I don't know how many of you maybe don't even know what they are, but they're things like Stitch Fix and Trunk Club and Gwynnie B and Le Tote. There are a lot of them. It's become all the rage to have clothes sent to you once a month, a curated selection of clothing sent to you from which you can choose. And anyway, before I get into that, for those of you who maybe are watching this and don't know who I am, I'm Ginger Burr from Total Image Consultants, and I have been helping women with their wardrobes and their wardrobe woes for over 30 years, starting with myself and then working with clients every day for all of those years, helping them figure out what to wear, what works, what doesn't, kind of going through their closet and making sure that they love everything that they're wearing so that they can get dressed easily. Nobody wants to spend a lot of time trying to figure that out every single morning. So we make the whole process easy. Today I was shoe shopping with a client, and that was great fun. And so I thought it would be good to talk about those subscription services because I've had a lot of clients who have either used them before coming to me. Occasionally someone has used them after they've done some work with me. And so I hear stories about them from them. And I'd be curious for any of you watching, whether live or in the replay, I'd be curious to know if you've tried one or if you've thought about trying one and either what your experience is or what you're hoping you'll get out of it. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about all of this now. And what I've heard from women is that, particularly the ones who call me when we haven't worked together before, they'll say, you know, I even tried one of those box subscription services. So they kind of used it as a last resort. You know, I've gone to the stores, I've tried online shopping, I've, you know, read blog posts, whatever it might be. And then I've even tried those box subscription services and nothing seems to work for them. And there's a reason for all of that. So we'll be talking about that. I also do want to say I'm not against these services at all. I think these services are great. I think they're very enterprising. I think it can be very fun. I'm sure I haven't actually done one myself, but I'm sure it can be very fun to get these things in the mail that have been chosen, hopefully, specifically with you in mind. And then to have, it's kind of like, you know, a birthday every once a month when you receive this package in the mail, and then you can ship back whatever you don't want and keep what you do want. But they are not the answer to every woman's wardrobe issues at all. They can be potentially, but if someone is using them kind of as a last resort, that's pretty much setting themselves up for failure. And I'll explain why in a minute. But a lot of times what happens is, from what I've heard from them and what I can imagine, is that, you know, they get these boxes, they pull things out, maybe they find a pretty top, but then it sits in their closet because they can't figure out, well, what bottom do I put with this? Or they put an outfit together with something or all of what's in the subscription box, but then they can't figure out what shoes to wear with it. And so somehow that just keeps them from wearing. We've all had that experience, I'm sure, where everything seems great and then you go to put on the shoes and forget it. You feel frumpy, or they're too clunky, or they're too high, or too something is going on with them, too wrong season, whatever it might be. Or maybe they put on something and it looks nice on them, but it doesn't feel like her. And so she still isn't feeling happy with whatever it is she's putting on. Or, you know, she feels like, and I hear this from women a lot, I feel like I should like that. It's in style, or a friend recommended, or hey, this was sent to me, you know, the curated collection was sent to me because I requested, different things. And so I should like this, but I just don't. I feel frumpy in it, or I feel something in it. And so it becomes just one more discouraging experience in shopping. And that's not what it should be like. That's not what it should be like at all. So a lot of times what happens then is that they feel like there's something wrong with them. And if you've had this experience, I'm here to tell you there's absolutely nothing wrong with you at all. And there's probably not even anything wrong with this subscription service or the person pulling it. But it's really just another form of shopping. And maybe you're seeing things here that you wouldn't see if you went out to the store. It's a more edited version, obviously, of what you would see in a store, or if you're shopping online, and that can sometimes make the experience less overwhelming. But if you're still not getting the end result of really loving what you're keeping, or just shipping everything back because you don't love everything, then, well, actually, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're keeping things that you don't love, or you're feeling like, well, how come none of this is working? Then I just want you to know that it's just another form of shopping. And the same rules apply to subscription box services as apply to going into a department store or a boutique or shopping online or hey, even editing your own closet. The same rules apply. So if you don't have the tools you need in order to be able to make choices from this collection that they send to you and feel confident about it, then yeah, you're going to feel discouraged by it. And you're going to feel like it's one more thing that didn't work. And you're not going to be able to give the person who's curating the collection even better information about how to choose things for you. So what I want to talk to you a little bit about is how to assess the things when they come to you. And that way you can feel more empowered. And like you're making choice. It's not just willy-nilly, or it's not like you should like what they're sending, but that you really feel more empowered in making choices and in giving the person or people who are choosing the things for you more direction. So there are 3 things, or there actually are more than this, but let's start with 3, because if I can't even pass this test, these 3 things, then forget it. You don't even go on to the other questions. But you always have to ask yourself, do you love the color and do you feel beautiful wearing it? Because if you look in the mirror and you feel kind of drab, and maybe that is the color that's making you feel drab, then that will help you to say, nope, I don't want you to send me any more purple or gray or whatever the color might be. These are the colors I want you to send to me. Then you have to ask yourself, does it fit? And please don't stop at does it fit? Because I've had people say, well, it doesn't fit. They take it off and they put it back in the box or back on the rack or whatever it might be. I'm like, oh, wait. We might be able to tweak this a little bit. And if you can tweak it to make it really work for you, then it's a whole lot less time and energy spent than having to go out and try to find the thing that fits you absolutely perfectly off the rack. So does it fit? And the third thing is, can you complete the outfit? This is pretty much what I was talking about a minute ago, that you get a top and you don't know what bottom to go with it, or you put together an outfit and you have no clue what shoes work with it, or you don't seem to have the right shoes, or whatever it might be. If you cannot complete the outfit, then you're still going to feel frustrated by all of this. So, and then I always have to add this in, you have to love it. Again, if you put something on, and even if it looks great, if it doesn't feel like you, then it comes off, because you won't wear it. It'll sit in your closet. You'll feel like you should wear it, and you'll feel badly about not wearing it, but you won't wear it. And so you have to love it and feel like it's beautiful, and feel excited to wear it. And I just want to say that you're probably wondering, well, what about comfort? And I always like to throw this in there, because comfort, for me, comfort is like the number one thing. if it's, as you're going through and trying these things on, if it isn't comfortable, you're not going to keep it. So you don't even have to get to the rest of those questions. But what happens a lot of times is women stop at the whole comfort thing. Oh, it's comfortable. Or the other one that happens is, it fits. Great, I'm buying it. Like, no, don't stop there. Is the color great? You know, can you make a complete outfit out of it? Do you love it? All of those things have to happen. All of those things have to be true. Is it comfortable? Is the color great? Does it fit? Can you make a complete outfit? Do you love it? All of those things have to be true for you to keep it. And if they aren't all true, you stick it back in the box and you send it back. No bad feelings. In fact, you should feel empowered. I made a decision, this didn't work for me, and here are all the reasons it didn't work. It's when you don't know the reasons that something doesn't work that you feel like you failed, you feel discouraged. But when you know, nope, not for me, it goes back, then you're great, And Sue says here that that's how I feel about cardigans and those long open sweaters, yuck. So Sue, do you mean that you just don't like them, or that you haven't found one that works for you? Just curious about that, because those are tricky. Cardigans are very tricky. If I have a section in my book. My book is called That's So You, in case any of you haven't seen it. And I have a section in there about cardigans, because cardigans are tricky. And boy, oh boy, as I have a feeling Sue with her yuck can tell you, you can look frumpy in a cardigan in like 3 seconds. So you really have to spend some time finding the right cardigans. And you're going to need more than one type of cardigan for your wardrobe. But that also makes me want to mention that just recently, I was doing a wardrobe consultation with one of my clients, and one of the things she really wanted was a jumpsuit. And she's somebody who's much smaller on top than she is on the bottom, as many of us are. And that, I mean, a lot of times jumpsuits are designed for women, a lot of clothes out there are designed for women who are just very straight up and down and very tall and all that, and she's petite. And she tried on no fewer than 20 jumpsuits. And you're probably saying, oh, that's a lot of work. But you know what would be even more work and more energy draining was for her to have bought one of those other jumpsuits, one of those 19 jumpsuits that didn't really make her heart sing, and then have it just sit in her closet, or put it on and not feel great or not feel good about her body. Instead, she held out. And with my guidance as well, we were able to find her a jumpsuit that looks fabulous, totally fabulous, and she loves it. Was it worth it to hold out? Was it worth it to try on those 20 things? Yes. And the same thing can be true whether you're going to a store or you're looking at the box subscriptions. If you're getting those box subscriptions, hey, who knows? There might be a couple months that go by, you don't find anything. Then in the third month, you might find 4 things. You never know, but you have to make sure that you're really making a very intentional choice. Oh, Sue says, I haven't found ones that work. For example, the short ones I had were lovely, fun, and bright colors. I felt like an old lady. Yeah, you're exactly right. Cardigans can make you feel old and frumpy really easily. And it's all about, for any of you who are listening to my Facebook Live I did yesterday, I was talking about balance. And it's all about the balance in your body. And I mean, other things too, but if you don't get the balance right with a cardigan, boy, you can feel frumpy in a heartbeat. The good news is that there are a gazillion different kinds of cardigans out there in different styles and shapes and cuts and colors and lengths and fabrics and all of those kinds of things. So the good news is that there probably is one out there for you. But like my client with a jumpsuit, you may have to try on a whole bunch until you find it, but won't it be worth it when you find that one? So remember to apply those things. Now, if you're saying, well, that's all great, but I don't know what colors look good on me, and I think I buy my clothes too big or too small, or I don't know how to, if something is, alterable, can be altered, or I don't know how to complete an outfit, or I don't know how to accessorize something, and I can tell this outfit would be nice if I could just accessorize it. I can help you. That's something that I do all the time. Today I was shoe shopping with a client because we wanted to complete, she has this dress that we call her badass dress. It's a totally awesome dress. It looks amazing on her. We had to find some badass shoes to go with that dress. So it's about knowing how to complete the outfit, and it's something that I do with people all the time. So you can find me at totalimageconsultants.com. You can join my free Facebook group called Your Total Image with Ginger, and we have some interesting discussions that go on in there as well. But the most important thing is, don't beat yourself up if you've tried box subscriptions and they're not working, or if you're about to try one, go into it with your eyes open. Those questions, write those questions down. Go back and listen to this again and write those questions down so that you can be sure to make sure you say yes to all of those questions before you actually let something come into your closet and add it and enjoy it and wear it and all of those things. It's very important, and you know what? It'll just make you that much happier when you can open your closet and go, oh, I love that jacket or sweater or jeans or whatever it might be. I love that because you chose it with great intention. So have fun with it. Let me know if you have problems or need some help. That's exactly what I do. And Sue, I mean, you're so fun here today. I had a cream colored one with gold specks that was fun to wear over a tank and jeans with boots. And the charcoal gray one I have worked great with my flower top, and I like it. Yay. So Sue, you also, it sounds like you applied that same information of what I was talking about until you found the ones that really, really, really made you happy and made your heart sing, spark joy, whatever it is that works for you. So good for you. I'm really glad to hear that. So feel free, those of you who are watching the replay, to keep commenting here. This is a, you know, our world seems to be heading more towards things like online shopping and box subscriptions. And so you want to make sure that you know how to work with them. And so feel free to comment here, and I will check it out and keep responding. And I hope you do have a lovely weekend. And I will see you for the next Facebook Live sometime soon. Take care. Bye, everybody.